Yo.
Had a rough day, man. Work has been kicking my ass.
Time to decompress, my friend. This is the reason why we even started the Crash and Flow podcast. We started it because we're getting old and probably wouldn't see that much of each other if it wasn't for the fact that we have to now record every week.
Yeah, plus you can have the type of conversation you enjoy having.
Indeed.
You know?
Yeah. This is why we do this shit for free. For now. Talk to us, Luminary.
No, I still want it to be free.
Oh, yeah. No, free for those people. I want to get paid somehow. Sponsors, hit us up, you know? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like paid podcasts.
No, I don't like it. Unless you're Dave Chappelle, Yasin Syed, and Talib Kweli. Like
unless you're Dave Chappelle. Everybody else, Talib, I'll steal anything from Talib Kweli.
All right, fair enough. I wouldn't steal from Mos Def though. I mean, that man gave us one of the greatest albums.
I know.
So
I liked him,
and he gave us Miss Fat Booty.
Miss Fat Booty's a great song.
Yeah.
It's true. My first Mos Def song was Mathematics.
Okay.
Bucka.
See, you were into the poetry of the thing that he was delivering.
Yeah, it's true.
I was just about big booties.
That song is amazing for
it's
so many
good
reasons.
because is it a Nina Simone sample? It's an old sample. It's like a 1970s sample.
Can you check?
Yeah.
Ass so thick you could see it from the front.
Oh.
Okay. Which is disturbing if you visualize it, like what's happening. But then when growing up in Houston, I knew what he meant.
Oh, it's even better. Aretha Franklin. Okay? Respect to the OG. That's what he did. And he was confident about it.
You think Miss Franklin knew at any point her song will be sampled? Or like, what's it about?
It's about butts that you can see from the front. Which
I do like that. But he does say Miss.
He does say Miss Fat Booty.
It's very respectful.
It is very super respectful. I think so. It's got a title in there. That's perfect. Yeah. And then Doja Cat redid it. So
yep, she sure did.
I freaking love Doja Cat.
What's not to like?
What is not to like?
I don't have a strong opinion one way or
another.
And I haven't figured out my angle.
I can always tell. I can always tell. I'd be like, all right, you know what? I'm neutral on this. You seen? Figure out the other the next topic. Okay, for those people, we're speaking about Dave Chappelle, and as comedy nerds, right? Dave Chappelle is near and dear to our hearts, right? He has delivered pretty consistently, even on the ones that were weak. I'm good with it. I'm good with it. I'll take it. I'll take anything from Dave Chappelle. And so he was on the Joe Rogan podcast, which was a fantastic episode. Even if you don't listen to Joe Rogan, definitely listen to that podcast. That is a very good conversation. This is what it was in the beginning when podcasts were first starting. And the main idea, the main selling point was, I would love to listen to this guy and this guy talk. I wouldn't even interject. I just wanted to hear what they would say. This is it. This is the reason why podcasts were a thing. Fantastic. Anyway, near the end of the podcast, Joe Rogan brings up a topic that I thought was hilarious. So Joe Rogan's gone over a couple of revisions of his podcast studio, and he is back now with the original table. The table is significantly larger than the one previous. And then he said, the reason why I had to go back to this table is because of Mike Tyson. So he goes on to tell the story. Essentially what happened is that the first time he had Mike Tyson on, Mike Tyson was like a weed farmer, had completely given up fighting.
Fighting, not training. Not even thinking about fighting. I think thinking about fighting gets him lean.
Realizes that he has a darkness inside him. Say it can do the voice. Can you do the Mike Tyson?
No, I can't.
Okay. I have
a darkness inside me.
Yeah. It started Tyson, it ended Russian. And so essentially what it is that he realized that if he starts working out, he will see that darkness. And that's what fueled him for him to be, a good fighter. But as a result, super chilled, super high, relaxed. Joe Rogan has a wonderful conversation with a man in his twilight years, retired boxing great. Second time Tyson comes on, he's training for the who do you fight?
Roy Jones.
Roy Jones Jr. Yeah, that man lost his weight, leaned out, put on muscle. He's got muscles on top of muscles and then forearms. And Joe Rogan is sitting across from him, And he's like, this table is too thin, separating me between this guy. I'm going to need some more space. And so...
You're a special breed of man when you can make people reconsider furniture. You know? It's like, oh, man.
Yeah, especially a man who knows how to fight himself. So, good Lord. So then the question arises, say it. What animal, to what level of animal would you be willing to fight instead of Mike Tyson? And let me pose this question in another manner. Okay? You can either fight Mike Tyson, or you can either fight an animal. How big can that animal become before you have to switch over to fight Mike Tyson instead of the animal?
I like that. Okay. So if there's a Venn diagram, no, I don't know what. I think you placed it perfectly.
Yeah.
And man, it's so, you know, obviously you can go down the list of, okay, if it's cats, obviously house cat, you know, I can take it.
Yeah.
And then it's just like, all right, smaller, like a leopard. Lynx, minks, even a snow leopard. Yeah. I would rather take on a snow leopard than Mike Tyson.
Yes. Yeah.
Because the snow leopard is still not that big. If you could look up the dimensions of a snow leopard, that might really help me.
Yeah.
But after that, you know, you get into pumas and jaguars. I think a leopard's the smallest one, but a leopard is like a jaguar.
Yes, they are.
So, like, it stops at snow leopard.
Okay, so snow leopard is going to be 32 kilograms. Let me help you out over here. kg to lbs. That is 70 pounds. Okay,
yeah, that's I think I can do a snow leopard, and anything bigger than that is a problem. I think in the cat family.
Also, in this hypothetical situation, Mike Tyson doesn't have to stop hitting you.
Well, I mean, a cat is a pretty final blow as well, though, right? So
that's what I'm saying. But I still would rather the snow leopard.
Really?
I go up a little bit more.
No, I can take the snow leopard. I don't. What's higher than a snow? What's bigger than a snow leopard?
I think you want to go. Let's have a look at jaguar. Let's see what
a jaguar seems like a sturdy cat. That jaguar doesn't seem like it gets scared of me.
Jaguar cat size. Let's have a look over here. We are looking at 96 kilograms, significantly bigger.
Significantly bigger.
Kg to lbs. We are looking at there we go. This is going to be 211 pounds.
Oh, geez, that's a heavyweight. That is, that's a small heavyweight.
Wow, jaguars are much bigger than snow leopards.
Much bigger than I expected. Geez, that's like it's a multiplier. Okay, so what would happen? Would I have to survive with Mike Tyson for a certain amount of time compared to a snow leopard, or is this like a fight to the death?
Oh, you had to fight. No.
It should be a survival.
I think it's a survival. Yeah, I think you
is
wanted
it
to go
3
survival.
minutes? And how much space do I have?
3 minutes, a ring or a cage.
Okay, so it's not animal, okay. So definitely not a jaguar.
I'm still taking the animal.
You would take a jaguar over?
Dude, listen, hold on 1 second. You have to realize one thing, right?
Yeah.
If you put a jaguar and me in the fence, the jaguar might have to start considering. You know, he might consider before attacking. He will be like, what is this? This is a new situation. Already got a couple seconds on the survival.
I feel like you'd just be still. You'd be still for a whole minute. You'd just be like...
just crying, man. But like, we put Mike Tyson in the thing, there would be no hesitation from where he has to start hitting you, right? Right. And you're going out with like brain injury and whatnot. I'd rather a tiger or the jaguar.
I don't know. Okay, I feel like if I get Mike, if he's not
cutting
the
away
ring
from him?
off, if we're going in a solid circle.
Bro, there is footage of Mike Tyson at 17 years old punching so hard and so fast that his feet stays at the same spot, but he's like skidding on the canvas.
You know what the scary thing? He's so scary now. Like I'm talking about present day, and I'm not messing. I'm not trying to get in the ring for 3 minutes with present day Mike Tyson.
I'm pretty sure 16-year-old Mike Tyson doing heroin and all the other hard drugs and hiding in walls. Was also very scary. Jeez. Yeah, there's not much. There's not much in the animals.
All right, so that's as much. And then like dogs, like I would take on any domesticated dog. I would take on a pit bull over Mike. But like, man, it's tough. Bears, I'd take on a black bear. over
You
Mike
try.
Tyson.
Right.
Yeah, I'd rather try take
That's
on a
only
black
because
bear.
you've seen Khabib take on a baby bear.
Yeah, I'm
You're
like, I want that.
I feel like I
want
might.
that guy's dad. That pussy. That guy's a bitch ass bear's dad is what I want.
Are you gonna let yourself get swept by a human?
I know. Russians are pretty tough. I took on a Russian before Mike Tyson. If you can, Russians are the animals of the human kingdom. They're in mountains and shit.
Yeah, that's true. It's tough times
Oh,
up there,
man.
man. It's tough times.
Any fish, any fish in that ring.
Dude, I don't even know. Right?
I'm not in
Have
the
you seen
tub,
some of
dude.
the
I'm
fish?
in the ring.
Look at that stupid fish just flopping around.
Yeah,
Breathe
that'd be funny
air.
if it's like, all right, listen, you're in the octagon, 2 feet of water, snow,
Yeah.
and then you got a barracuda.
Yeah, dude, I think they would just stab you. They swim so fast. I've seen videos of a shark, like a smaller shark, just in shallow waters,
Yeah,
minding its own business,
yeah.
and a barracuda comes and says, "Mine."
Yeah, you seen a barracuda's face?
No, let me have a look
See,
at it.
you got to look at a barracuda because I saw the same video and you don't get to see what a barracuda looks like. And a barracuda is freaking gnarly.
Okay, here we go. Oh,
Yeah, weapon of a face.
It looks like a sword. It's very shiny too.
Everything
Right? It's
down
like
there
it's
is-
super shiny.
That's why it's so fast. No friction. Just
Wow, man, can you eat barracudas?
yeah, I think you can eat. Oh,
Yeah,
you mean halal wise or
No. Just like, is it like something that's worth eating? Let's see.
Ooh, that's a good question.
Recipe.
Recipe.
Okay, fried barracuda with fried plantains. Well, we know the Jamaicans are eating it.
Yep. That's
Plantanos. Smoky barracuda with seared potatoes. Okay, yeah, it's a thing.
Did you see that crazy
They're
angelfish?
delicious. Sorry, I'm
They're
sorry.
delicious. Did you
Yeah,
see the anglefish that
That just
anglerfish?
washed up on shore. Yeah.
It's pitch black.
yeah.
It's the
It is that
It's-
other thing that black that absorbs all light. Like you can't put
Oh,
it in
yeah.
other places because it'll just heat up whatever
Dude.
the surface is underneath it. Wow.
how
Let me pull that
dark
up.
was that thing? That's
Also, like, how black do you need to be when you're already in the
in the
deepest?
dark.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
And angler fish black washed up. Let's see. Also, it's a long way
Up.
up. Yeah.
How to get
This
up?
is a fear. This strikes fear in my soul, bro. Because not only is I'm looking at right now, the people who are watching the podcast will be able to see it. The eyes are black, the teeth are black, the stem on its forehead is black, and then at the tips of the stem is white, but everything else is black, and the eyes are so small. This is a truly terrifying sight. Truly terrifying. Man, its mouth is black.
Yeah. Sick.
Ooh. What else is down there? Right?
What if aliens land, right?
Hmm.
And you don't know. Aliens go to the depth of the water because they're aliens. They don't know where the good
That
life
was in
is.
Battleship, that great movie.
Like you won't stand by your. If you actually give reviews and you call this a great movie, but yeah, they get down there and they're like, "Hey, these are the people of Earth or the fish of Earth.
Yeah.
Hello, fish," and it's this thing. Just
That would be scary. But,
That would be scary.
I mean, okay, wait, no, hold on. That movie is is insane. Have you seen that movie?
no, I haven't.
Bro, it's got Rihanna in it, bro. Rihanna operates a minigun on a boat.
I know why I skipped that movie. Okay, I could check it out. Rihanna's spoke out about farmers. I'm down.
Right? Okay, yeah, you'll support anything.
Selena Gomez talked about Palestine today.
Oh,
I was
really?
like-
She did?
I was like, I'm buying an album.
Yeah, it's just I wonder who else Drake said Eid Mubarak.
I don't buy it.
It's less.
I don't
less
care.
So. It's less so. I
it's
understand right
nothing
now because it's more.
comparatively.
Yeah, because it's more that one. I'll take a Eid Mubarak from a champagne poppy.
Yeah, I'll take an Eid Mubarak from friggin' anybody, dude. Are you kidding
Yeah.
me? I'm from
That's
Texas.
true. Wait, hold on. Let me paint a picture for you. Someone who will not be named on this podcast sends me a picture, an Instagram story, right, of a of a known sugar baby with multiple sugar daddies. That is Muslim. That posted Eid Mubarak and feeling blessed during the time. Like I'm so confused. Did you fast? Where I mean, everyone's a hypocrite, right? Everyone's a hypocrite, right? No one can follow the religion to its T. We're all sinners. We're all trying our best over here. But I mean, where do you draw your line? Is is your line just really just after sugar baby?
So funny.
Just a little bit after prostitution. That's where I put my. All right, cool. I can't stop you. Also, apparently, Nicki Minaj follows Mufti Menk.
Why?
I don't know, but then Mufti Menk released a video reacting to Nicki Minaj.
That I fully understand. But I can't
you
imagine.
got to make content when the opportunity arises, my friend.
Yeah.
He's like, well, inshallah, it'll be a blessing for her or the blessing of her people. Please do not look her up.
That is the funniest way to do a reaction video.
Who knows? What if Nicki Minaj becomes Muslim? She'll be the most loudmouth Muslim ever.
Yeah, I think
amazing.
he has a very specific job. I feel like that's like, God should judge you. It's like, hey, dude, she was following you and you weren't able to do anything. Look at this, all this nonsense you did right after that. You could have helped out. And like, he dropped the ball.
I don't know, man. He's a good man. He's a good man. He's positive. He's delivering the message in a good way. Who knows? I pray for Sister Nicki Minaj.
Inshallah.
Right? Why not? Maybe you can get Megan Thee Stallion over, and then you can redo a remix for WAP, but everyone's just wearing hijabs and it's super.
All right, Yasin. Don't make me cancel you.
One can dream about the halal.
They're just talking about like wet elbows after you do what though? He's wet ass elbows. Astaghfirullah.
Shit, this might be the height of the podcast. Let's just call it right here. Thank you everyone for listening to the podcast.
I was trying to make more jokes on like Megan the camel. I'm like, no, that's wrong.
No, I mean, if she calls herself a stallion, brother, you can call her a camel, no?
No, I don't think so. I don't think you can call people camels. I don't think they like it.
No?
No, but then you do like a lady humps joke. Anyways.
Yeah, there you go.
No, you're in the haram territory.
Oh, right.
Then you're better off with the wet ass pussy. Just saying.
Better off.
And we're off. Ramadan is obviously over.
Eid Mubarak, people. Eid Mubarak. Boy, oh boy. So we purchased an air fryer.
Yeah, you were telling me. Hey, first, what brand? Can you tell me a little bit about your air fryer?
Ninja.
Shit.
Okay, Ninja air fryer. Not Tyler Blevins. And Ninja, the air fryer that we purchased, was one it's like middle of the road, right? When you try to make a decision, you make a middle of the road decision financially, right? Mm-hmm. We bought it and we used it, and it was like, wow, this is actually really good. This is really good. And so maybe we should we try a bunch of stuff. She makes some my wife makes some tenders on it. Amazing. And then she's like, it's not big enough. So I said, all right, how big is big enough? And then she found this thing. Dude, it is the size of, well, it's taken all of our counter space. There's nothing left. This big ass Ninja, it's a 6-in-1. I didn't know how you can have
I
so
found
many.
The 6-in-1.
Oh, you found it. Okay. It has a built-in thermometer wire thingy that's connected to the side of the thing where you can input the internal temperature that you want from the steak as you cook it.
Hey, this is way bigger than what I have. Yo, the 6-in-1 is not small. It's like an 8-quart.
Dude, it is gigantic.
What? Okay, what were you doing? Turkey? Like, why wasn't the last one big enough? What were you?
We were just doing regular tenders or whatnot. At that point, she had saw this, and apparently, now you could do a steak in like 4 minutes. Mm-hmm. You could grill. You can grill with this thing and reheat stuff and air fry stuff. all in the same all
you
in the
have
same thing.
2 compartments?
No, you open it up
Okay.
like a treasure chest,
Okay.
and you got your stuff on the inside, and then away we go, dude. At this point, there's nothing else. We made yuca fries. I think we spoke about this before. Amazing. So highly recommend. Don't even buy a toaster oven anymore. I don't know. My family is big on toaster ovens, and
Don't even buy one. Don't even buy your toaster oven.
no, don't even do that. Just buy this. This is fantastic.
I would recommend a Ninja over an air fryer. As somebody with an air fryer.
Oh, you mean
Sorry, Instapot air
Instapot,
fryer. Yeah. My thing is, since the Instapot is somewhat cumbersome, and then you got to take this thing out and then get that thing on top of it. I think yours, if you have the space, like makes more sense.
Yeah.
It looks nice too, though. You got a black one?
Yeah, and I mean this answers the question. Because we can't barbecue on the porch. They're pretty picky about that. We put down some fake turf, and they're like, "Is it perforated? It's gonna rot the cement." Bitch, I don't care. Why don't you fix the elevators?
Yo, we got a call this afternoon, and it was our management saying that we've put up some curtains and they are dark. To which we said, "What?"
In
And
the
they were
moving
like,
elevator.
"No, in the in our condo, in our bedroom,
Okay.
we put up some temporary curtains because it's friggin',
Oh, they saw it
And-
from outside.
And they were like, "Well, we found out that they're dark, and the building policies they have to be white." To which my wife says, "Who told you that they were dark? First off, is there a peeping Tom?" She said this, right? I was having a tough time.
Your wife is amazing at deflection. by the
Yeah.
way.
It's like, should I be worried about a peeping Tom now? Is that what I
Right?
should be worried about?
At the penthouse level of your
Yeah.
condo, it's
She's
just some guy
like,
with like
"We're at
suction
the
cups
top."
is just attached to the wall.
And she was like, "Well, somebody said something." Anyways, my wife was not having it. And I will say this. How did we get on this conversation?
Yeah. About air fryers, my friend.
Yeah. No, I don't know. I can't understand what the segue was.
Okay. Jeez. Air fryer, cook, big, grill. Can't
Grill. You can't put out a grill.
Yeah.
So I was going to put out a gas grill, like a smaller one. Now I'm like, there's friggin' spies. There's a narc in the building in front of me that cares to tell on people.
Is there
So
any
now,
other
like-
way you can absorb that? You can observe that window, because they have a rule over here where you can't put Christmas lights or anything on the balcony, which my wife is like wholeheartedly like she heard that, and apparently that made her want to buy lights even more. So she's already got the lights. She's
Well,
already
some
purchased
people have
lights.
them.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we're not allowed to put lights on the balcony. She's gonna do it anyway.
I'm going to figure it out.
So I'm just saying, what I think is happening, right?
I might go literally full Texas, like, over my dead body, you come in here and you take out my my barbecue grill.
Fair enough. I mean, I think that's what you should do. Plus, you have 2 balconies to choose from, so just choose the one that you don't think you're gonna get caught.
Yeah, they're both. Anyways.
They're kind of open.
Yeah.
I think it's just, you know what, dude? It's the freaking manager or the whatever. He's driving to the building, and then he sees it from far away, and he's like, "That it's so obvious that it's black, where the rest of the walls are all white or see through or whatnot." And he's like, "Yeah, it's top. It's easy for him to count too." He's like, 1, starting from the
Yeah,
top.
whatever.
So-
Stab somebody.
So don't
It's
worry.
a mortgage. It's like it's my place. I can't have a dark curtain. Also, we don't want the dark curtain. It's just temporary.
Right.
It's just knowing that somebody
just
tells
decided-
on you.
yeah.
Like somebody tells on you about your
Yeah.
curtains, about my curtains.
We talking about curtains?
Man. Okay, the anniversary of that Allen Iverson quote was like 2 weeks ago.
Oh, it was.
Oh yeah, it was great. I was watching it again. It was on Instagram. It was great.
I don't even understand the context of it, apart from the fact that just some reporter asked him about practice.
No, that's not what happened.
Okay.
So Allen Iverson at that time, in his prime, in his heyday of just spending 40 to 60 G's on clubs
All right.
every
Let's
every
not call them
road
clubs,
trip.
brother.
Well, a strip club's still a club, like.
This is true, but it's making it look like is he
Okay,
going to a bingo club and just
basically-
like throwing money
yeah,
up?
basically strictly strict clubs. Like
Yeah.
other rookies and other people have talked about how it ruined their careers because they were just out partying. So he finally, the 76ers suspended him for a game, I believe, because he was missing practice.
Right.
And this was after, obviously, like he skipped enough practices, right? And he's just delivering. He's just scoring his face off, being 5'10", and being undeniably like a potent force.
Yeah.
And then after
Nicknamed
this,
the answer.
the
That good.
answer. I know. What's the question? Don't worry about
The
it.
answer is Allen Iverson. That's all you
Yeah,
need to know.
that's all you need to know. The answer to anything and everything.
How
And that-
how many kids do you think when that was happening, and then they had to write, because this is back in the day when it was only chalkboards. The math teacher wrote a question on the board. How many kids do you think wrote just Allen Iverson on the thing?
Probably none, because they couldn't spell that much, but maybe some.
Sorry, I cut you off. Go on.
No, that was it. That's how it came up, because they've suspended him, and they were like, "Alan, what do you think about practice?" And he was like, "Practice," and he said,
Right.
"Practice like 50 times."
It's the same. It's the same energy as. Oh my God, this is what I did. Okay, so my wife asked me, "Where's the oil?" The because we keep the vegetable oil in another spot, and by reaction, absolute reaction, I said, "Oil, oil, bitch, you cooking?"
Yeah.
I couldn't even stop, and she's like, "Did you call me a bitch?"
I have respect for you. I have respect for any man who's willing to do that to his relationship just for a reference for themselves. I have respect for that man.
I said that I was like, "You're saying with here, you laugh."
No, but it's good enough. It's good for you. As long as you got it, that lets you know who you are,
You're right. Yeah.
right? You're like,
haven't
I'm
changed.
still me. I'm still me. I'm a wild lion, and I'm a leopard.
me.
I'm a 217-pound leopard out here. Also, for those who don't know, that's a Dave Chappelle show reference.
One of the greatest skits.
Yeah, it's a George Bush skit, and it's great.
Definitely check that out.
Yeah, that's why Yasin called his wife a bitch. She doesn't know that, and she took it. She's like, "What the fuck is wrong with this guy?"
Just go on. Just don't even clarify.
Did you show it to her?
Yeah, no, I haven't showed her yet. I
Oh,
did
okay,
explain the
sure.
bit though. I did explain the bit.
It's a good bit. It still holds up. That bit,
Solid.
Some of this, even the race draft is still fun to watch.
funny too, yeah.
The racial draft is a lot of
great.
it. A lot of it is very bad, very very bad.
Yeah,
But
you
there's
took
a
some
few,
swings, man. That was back
there's
in the early 2000s.
Yeah, but the gold nuggets are shiny. You're
Yeah.
oh.
Yeah, they definitely withstand the test of time. I wonder what he'll do next.
Hopefully that guy lives for a long time, man.
I hope
want
so,
that
too.
guy to. I'd be
He
sad
needs
on
to
that
stop
guy.
smoking so much. God damn.
Yeah, it's hanging out with Joe. Joe should talk to him.
Honestly, right? Just smoke weed. I would feel much more comfortable if Dave Chappelle gave up cigarettes and just smoked weed.
Yeah, me too, man. Me kind of too. I don't know. I'm sure weed isn't as bad for you for your lungs.
I think it's a lot less. I think it.
You know what's funny in the UK? I went to the UK and they
they all roll it.
they roll it. They have like, oh, this is like organic tobacco. I got it from their version of Whole Foods.
Okay.
And they just roll it like friggin'.
I used to have an uncle. I guess he's still alive, so I still have the uncle.
Yeah.
And he walked around with an envelope in his breast pocket on the inside of his jacket, which was of course like an Adidas tracksuit jacket. Okay. And so when it was time for him to have a little dose, right, he'll just lean against the wall. This guy's one of the coolest dudes ever. Opens his like an envelope type situation. Inside you have a little pocket where your tobacco is, your zigzags, the whole thing,
man.
right? So he
Yeah.
like builds his cigarette with like patience and slowly rolls it and whatnot, put it in, light it, and then fold the thing back together and puts it in his pocket. I thought it was like the coolest thing, the coolest
it
thing
is.
ever, man.
All right. Fast forward, my buddy from the UK that like showed me how he would roll. His name's Hisham Khan, Bangladeshi guy, comes here to Canada for the first time. We're at Scotia Plaza, 42nd floor, way up there, right?
Yeah.
I'm on the elevator coming down with them. This guy starts rolling a tobacco. We're in all these suits. I'm like, bro, you can't just roll. People in Canada don't. Everybody's looking at this brown guy. I'm like, hey man,
straight up
stop.
making weed joint.
Yeah, it's just like and like we're using a spit and shit. Like, I'm like, bro, just you can hear him like, I'm like, bro, they don't do that here, bro. You're gonna get deport you to Bangladesh.
They'll just skip one country. We'll send you back to the original place that
dude.
we colonized.
We're like, oh, excuse me, and like, no, get out of here.
Are you making fun of our accent?
But everybody is rollers.
That's
I have
cool.
respect for that. Yeah.
Yeah, it feels like you earned it somehow.
Oh, you know what? Even if you see like a pothead roll a really nice one, it's like that guy's good at crafts. You know,
Yeah.
like it's impressive still. You're like, ooh.
we had a couple guys who smoke a fair bit of weed in university and engineering. So they would we had
Engineer the
lunch.
best.
we had lunch together. We all sit down at the tables, warm up your food in the communal microwaves. After you finish eating, and he would just like take out all of his equipment, lay it down on the thing, and just start building a joint right there. And then for the rest of the day, him and his boy were just bloodshot, eyes bloodshot red. They did well though.
Really?
Both
I don't
did well.
understand it. I know there's everything hits people differently, but the people who get like super high and still get good grades, I never understood that.
I mean, it was not super. Okay, they were super high, but it wasn't great grades. But as far as engineering is concerned, a 75 to an 80 is solid. Right.
No,
So
I can imagine.
I mean, you walk away with a diploma and you can get a job. It's all good.
Yeah, and you still had a good time,
Yeah.
with your buddy.
Yeah. And that was early. That guy was a pioneer, I think. I feel. It was back in the day. That's like 2006. He's rolling it in public.
Yeah, that was illegal.
Yeah. Yeah. 2005, 2006. Good Lord, we're getting old, my friend.
You know what's funny? People are in prison right now for marijuana charges.
Yeah. Right. What did they do? Like, should they have not let them all out on the day of? Just like everyone get out,
That would just make sense,
right?
especially
be like,
possession.
Yeah. Honestly, you should. Even if it's possession and then resisting arrest, I'd say let them go as well. I'm just
I was like,
making
if it's
these rules
resisting
up, man.
arrest, then they should just bring back the cop that he pushes you, and then he just pushes you out. Get out of here. He's like, oh fuck, all right. You fall on the floor and you get out. You're like, all
He's
right,
like, you got me.
you got me.
Yeah. I guess the question, I mean, like maybe they don't want to do it because unemployment would go high, the numbers would go high, right? Maybe even there'll be more homelessness, right? Because you've just released a bunch of these people and they don't have, there's no way for them to be able to make
What the
money.
thing is, though, then you can hire people to train those people. Because the thing is, the government is nearly an unlimited pit of money. It just comes down to what
Where they put
services
it.
you want to, you offer for that, for taxes and stuff. So it's just like, that seems like a good use, assholes. Sorry. The government pisses me off.
I wonder if, yeah, definitely, specifically during this current climate. What if Jeff Bezos was like, I take them all. I'll put them in the Amazon, in the Amazon, not the Amazon rainforest. Can you imagine just put them on the Amazon rainforest? They'll be all right. Put them in just open a whole warehouse just filled with them, and then.
You mean ex-cons?
Yeah.
You make it sound like the unmentionables. Full of them. Full of who?
Yeah, I think that would be it. I think some of these millionaires need to really.
Oh, yeah.
Need to really do something.
I think one of them needs to be like, hey, all right, you guys are going to have to name one state, one province after me. When I die, this is what's going to happen with my money. And he just fixes.
Yeah, a lot
like,
of things.
I'm going to make all of democracy on the internet. You're like, what? And it's like, now everybody can vote on and understand.
Yeah, that would be good.
Near a link.
Well, when people say that about Jeff Bezos, I'm like, yeah, take some of his money, whatever. But when they say that about Elon Musk, I'm like, I don't know, he might do something with it though.
He needs it,
right? Because he like did PayPal, then he used that money and he bought something else. Then he became like he had Tesla. Now he made electric cars amazing. And then after he's like, I took that money and then he put it into rockets. Yeah. So now he's trying to go to Mars, and then he take that money, and after he's trying to dig holes in the ground so he can make that the Hyperloop. He's making with the money that he's got, he's putting it towards the next project. I feel like Jeff Bezos is just sitting.
I don't think he's using his own money, dude. I don't think he goes like, all right, I made some PayPal money, Solar City or whatever.
He's the type of guy who, I mean, I think he understands there's a limit to his life here.
I counter you this is that like the reason I don't want to upset Elon Musk is what if that guy goes evil?
That's true.
Now what he's like, you know what? All of you work for me.
Yeah.
I've changed my mind.
Yeah. Dude, he could make every Tesla in the world turn left immediately.
Yeah.
Just
every Tesla turns into a Transformers and just starts just picking up people and putting in its trunk, just shoving it inside it, just running after people. That's it, fuels it. It just gets super hot in there. Oh my God, it runs on blood. It doesn't even run on electricity. It runs on blood. The electricity is just the incubation
There's a whole
stage.
there's a whole section of Tesla in a Tesla car that no one, the sales rep never explains. It was like, why is the trunk half the size? Don't worry about it.
Why does the seat have a belly button? That's not for you. Don't worry about it. That's when it becomes don't worry about it. That's Elon's whole thing, dude. He's just trying to get enough Teslas out there because he knows the only way to save humanity
Is to have less humans.
is to have less humans. He's friggin' Thanos.
Yeah, that is properly balanced, as all things should be. Man, Thanos was a really cool bad guy.
Very cool bad guy. Very
And
complicated.
he had some banger lines.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I am inevitable.
Whew. So good.
Wow.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna take the trip back and rewatch all of the Marvel movies. They're super easy watches.
When he kills his daughter.
Oof. Yeah. Then he cries one tear.
Well, that was the thing because she was all like, ha ha ha.
You don't love anything. You don't love anything.
You're gonna learn today. Horrible day to learn how much your father loves you when it's time for you to when he's gonna
The
kill you.
definition of a mix of mixed feelings, right?
It's
You're
true.
like you finally find out that your dad loves you truly, but he also has to kill you. That's a
Yeah.
tough one. That's a tough one.
Jeez. I'd understand. I think I understand.
He's got big dreams, right?
He's got big dreams.
You just had a competition with your own sister. He's trying to balance the universe.
Yeah.
Right? You're gonna take an L. That's very similar to the story of. Am I gonna be like? There's a religious story, right? Ibrahim, is supposed to, sacrifices his son,
Oh man, that's a tough one.
right? And just before he was gonna do it, God's like, "Don't worry, here's a lamb."
Oof.
And that's why we do Eid al-Adha,
It's true.
right? Yeah,
Yep.
that's why we sacrifice a goat or whatever, and then after we share half of it and to the poor, some of it to our
You go
family,
half?
we eat it. I don't know. I don't know what the thing is. I've never cut
Hey,
up
listen.
a goat. I've never
You
done.
know what? I will say this. One of the most interesting memories I've ever had in my childhood is watching like 8 goats be killed and then butchered in the living area of a house.
I've seen one goat get its throat slit,
Dude.
but I've never seen it get
They
cleaned
didn't
and
take the
cut up.
skin off
I
and then
didn't see
take
that
the
part.
organs out when it's hanging upside down.
Nah, bro. I
And
was with a bunch of people from
everybody
Oakville.
rejoiced like, oh, dude, when it's in your living area.
Yeah.
And it's just like, you've never seen an animal hanging in a living area before that you normally walk around in.
Yeah, that's true.
And then one after another until there's none.
Hmm.
There's just blood and meat everywhere. And the butcher just stays there for 5 hours just portioning these. Dude, it's... I don't know. It didn't freak me out at all, but it was like one of the most interesting things I've ever observed.
We have a mutual friend that did it himself for his akika, for his boy.
Dude, my nephew did it.
Oh, really?
I didn't agree with it. I was like, geez, we're
Yeah,
gonna
it
have
might be a little too light,
Yeah.
little too young.
He's not on
if
my
I do
side.
it though,
He's not on my side.
oh right, fair enough. If I do it though, I wouldn't do it the way how the butchers do it. They get a sharp knife and then they hold and then they like slice. Thing, right?
What do you do?
No, my friend. I will show up with a samurai sword.
Okay, I like that more.
Yeah, and he's like, you guys need to hold this still. This thing is this thing has been sharpened by a laser,
Right.
and I'm taking a big swing
Right.
from top to bottom.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
That's
You're
how
swinging
I'm
as
doing
hard
it.
as you like an axe is how
that's
you're
it.
swinging.
Yeah, basically, that's exactly what it is.
I thought you were gonna like shiv it and like I take it into a dark alley and go I make a whole backstory about what it did to me. I was like, dude, that's not cool. But I like the samurai. It's like clean and fast.
Yeah, exactly.
Like the goat's head is on there for a second after you do it,
Yeah.
and just slides off at an angle.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was imagining in my head. Oh man, like
And it just
like
keeps
in,
standing there though. It's just standing there. It's like
that's
that's
just looking up slightly, like
yeah.
like a good pose.
Yeah. And then you say the shahada, like under your breath.
Yeah.
I was like, wow. That's...
And you know how, like, when the samurais, after they've killed something, right, they have to sheath their sword, right?
Yeah.
But before they do it, they do a flick, so that the blood can be flicked off the blade. It's probably the coolest thing ever,
Oh yeah.
right? I learned this when I was when I was a kid. I was doing karate classes, right? And then there was this thing where it's like some instructor came from Japan, and they were friends with our instructor who teaches karate. And then, they said, like, it's just an invitation. That person will come and teach some, like, the basics of sword fighting or like sword training, I guess, right? So you can come in that day and they'll give you or let you borrow, I guess, a wooden sword, like a training sword, and then you could learn some stuff from like a descendant of a samurai, which I did. And yeah, there's that little flick there because we did a lot of like sheathing or unsheathing and then sheathing. That was a lot of that. It was very practical to the point where we're like, listen, you're only here for a day. Why are we doing safety? Just let me swing this shit a little bit.
You know what? But let's go to a gun range because
Okay.
I really want to learn how to like take a clip out and put it in real quick.
Okay. Have you seen some of the training where they do like actually Jocko was doing this or I think there's someone that works with Jocko. It's what do you do when your gun when you pull the trigger and it doesn't go off because the safety might still be on or something else, where you pull the trigger, it goes click, and then you have to like do something, clear it, pull it back, and then shoot again. And then the idea is that if you're under pressure, for you not to fumble around your gun. So all of these things get trained. Like everything you could possibly imagine for guns get like trained, retrained to a point where you don't think. And so that's all they were training that day was potentially, I think, clearing a jam, putting it back together, like re-thing in and shooting it.
The end goal is to do the equivalent of spinning a basketball on your finger.
Yes.
Like you don't have to be good at the sport, but you can you know what you're doing. He's fluent in this.
Yes.
And you only know how to go to the restroom, in that language.
Have you seen Jack Ryan?
No, I haven't.
Okay, I think it's called Jack Ryan. Hold on a second. It's with the guy from The Office.
John Krasinski.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Am I saying
Why
that? Or is it Jake Ryan?
No, it's Jack Ryan.
No, it's just not even giving me anything. Okay.
Yeah, it's Jack Ryan.
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know. I feel like it would have told me. By the way, Quiet Place #2 is coming out.
Oh, Quieter Place.
Yeah, Tom Clancy's Jack Ryan. I don't know why Google was tripping. Anyway,
You wouldn't even believe me. I'm like, no, I think so.
Sorry, my friend.
That's
it
all right,
just
no
sounded
problem.
weird. It's one of those things where you spell. You look at a word long enough, it doesn't look real anymore.
Yeah.
So there's one part, like near the beginning of the episodes, right, or the show, where someone gives him the gun, and he's an analyst, right? That's his thing, and the guy's like, "Do you know how to use one of those?" And then John takes the gun from him and he goes click clack click clack clack, checks inside. He's like, "Yeah," puts it in. That's what you want. That's exactly what you want. At some point, someone give you a gun and be like, "Hey, brown man, do you know how to use that gun?" And you're like,
Look at that. I'd probably just flip it around, shoot myself in the leg. I'm like, do I?
No, I don't. Please call an ambulance.
No. That's my goal, man. That's my goal.
It's a good goal. It's I think it's a worthy goal. And we had plans. I had plans to actually get my gun license.
Dude, guns and tennis. Yasin is gonna be a very creative man. Like, dude.
Yeah, I want to get myself a pump action rifle, right?
Oh my
before what's his name decides to ban those as well. Trudeau's out here just banning guns.
I don't know how I feel about people having a rifle. What color?
Like a matte black situation.
Ooh. It's either the matte black or a full like classic wooden.
Yeah, but this one's going to be a full rifle. Even the wood, it's going to be wood grain, right, where the handle is, but that's also black as well. It's one of those ones that are just whole 6 rounds, and then you do.
Yeah. I like those. No, for all my full gun references are all from Call of Duty. I'm like 6. Yeah, 6 is good. You can kill a few zombies,
right? Yes,
and then just play around with your partner for a second, just for one shot.
That reminds me, we had a thing where we're trying to figure out, what Eid new traditions we're gonna do as a married family now, or a married couple. There wasn't that many, and nothing that really we figured out just yet. Apparently, it's gonna take a couple Eids for you to be able to really iron those things down. But I've had one, and that's for as long as I can remember. He's playing Halo with my cousins on Eid Day. Unfortunately, I don't have an Xbox anymore. I sold that shit. So now we play some Call of Duty. And let me tell you, my friend, to play Call of Duty or any video game with your friends and knowing that it's a tradition that you've been doing since you were children, there's a special feeling behind that. That is a special feeling. That was really good.
And that's why traditions are important.
I 100% agree. Yeah. Anyway, people, tell us about your traditions. If you've made it to the end of the podcast, all 4 of you out of 2,000, though, I'm not going to devaluate us. We're doing great. We're doing absolutely great. I got to check the map to see who's listening to us these days. You know, who knows? Maybe the Somalis came back.
I love it when it's like fun countries. I'm like, South Korea, get in here. Who knew?
Right? Anyway, people, Eid Mubarak. Congratulations. You made it to the end. It was a tough one. So take care of yourselves. We'll be back in a week. And also, free Palestine. Good night.
Yo.